What did I innovate in the English class? Well, during the practice day that covered the dates from December 5 to December 14, 2022, I incorporated three activities in the planning that innovated the way to start the class, work on the students' pronunciation, and practice sentence structure. All this with the objective of generating an interactive and significant change in the English class. Warm up. On the observation day, I observed that at the beginning of the class, the teacher went straight to the topic and didn't take short breaks at the beginning or at the beginning. This caused the students to become exhausted before even starting the next module. Therefore, in my practice day, I incorporated warm-ups prior to the beginning of the sessions, since Rosalba in 2008 mentions that a warm-up activity is a motivating starting point that will get learners excited to work effectively in the language class. That said, the warm-up consists of brief activities before starting the topic. These activities are related to the use of the language taught in a natural and improvised way to awaken the learner's prior knowledge. Likewise, Albright in 1984 adds that warm-up activities are designed to engage learners' attention, help them put aside distracting thoughts, and prepare them to concentrate individually and as a group on the activities that follow. Now, I included the Simon Says technique as the warm-up, in which I will say a command like Simon Says jump 3 times, and the students will do it. Unless I didn't say the beginning of the sentence, Simon Says. If I didn't say it, the student mustn't do that action. They had to stay still, and the last student standing was the winner. It was a very good innovation in class because students were not used to it, and I was able to see that they liked the activity by the change on their more relaxed behavior. Besides, according to Frere in 2018, warm-up activation activities are fun games used by teachers awaken an active student's interest before starting a class with the sole purpose of arousing students' interest. As for the improvement strategy, I had the idea to perform the warm-up outside of the classroom, either in green areas or on the carts. Therefore, students can free themselves from being enclosed in a single space. The second activity that I incorporated in the planning, and it was an innovation in the class, was the use of a technological tool for pronunciation practice. I use a technological tool called Starfall, accessible on the web, and the phonetic teaching method, considering that Brands in 2004 states that phonics is one of the instructions that can help students understand letter sounds in reading and spelling. So, with this tool, I did an activity in class to practice the students' pronunciation of certain English words with the support of the projector, the computer, speakers, and the school's internet. The technological tool, Starfall, has a section to practice the phonetics of letters, where two letters can be visualized together and the illustration of a mouth capable of moving when clicked to show the sound of the letters. This exercise was an example of the phonetic teaching method in which Hui, in 1912, points out that when the mechanism under which it works has been internalized, it allows the sound of each letter to be identified once it has been learned and subsequently combined to discover new words. Moreover, this tool was very special during the activity because it guided the students, facilitating the teaching and learning process of pronunciation. In short, Starfall is an interactive page that helps to practice the sounds of letters and words in English. To conclude, this was innovative during the class because the teaching method was different from the usual where the teacher practiced pronunciation. through continuous repetition and almost no meaningful learning. Therefore, the activity went from being a repetitive practice that was not very meaningful and deductive to an inductive, flashy, interactive, and repetitive practice. As for the improvement strategy, I choose that instead of practicing letter sounds and words, use the books section in the page startfall and then listen and repeat the sentences of a short story with the students. In that way, they will practice the reading and listening skills. Kinesthetic activity. As for grading sentences, the teacher taught the sentence structure and then let the students do their own sentences in their notebook, which was a freaking activity and a bit boring for the students, especially for the restless ones. So to make the activity more interesting, practice the sentence structure and remember the order of its parts. I use the word order method so that the students will physically move even a little bit and with their hands they will touch and move the words in order to put the sentence in order. Then I wrote the jumbled words of approximately 40 sentences on post-it notes so that they will stick together and not get resolved. In addition, the sentences were affirmative and negative, so each student got one. The activity consisted of arranging the words to form the correct sentence, so the students stuck the post-it notes on their table. Most of the students formed the sentences correctly, only some of them found it difficult, but their classmates helped them. Therefore, the activity was very interesting and different from what they usually do. The innovation is that it went from being a traditional activity graded in a notebook to an eye-catching activity involving physical movements. Improvement strategy. By applying the game of simple sentence smackdown, the students will learn grammar more fun. In this game, you need two plastic fly swatters on a piece of chart paper or on a large whiteboard. Write 15 examples or more of complete sentences and 15 examples or more of sentence fragments. Divide the class into two lines and for each thousand call out simple sentence or fragment sentence. The first player to smack a correct example earns a point for their team and play continues until everyone has a chance to play.